So I just had a run-in. Unique model, by the way. I just had a run-in with my with one of my uncles. He's not my favorite uncle. I do have one favorite uncle at the moment. I've had two, but one of them passed away. So I just had a run-in with my uncle. And today's my grandmother's birthday. And you know, everything was cool until that nigga got here. So we're in the house. I'm cooking in the kitchen. And he brings, my grandkids are sitting at the table. One of my grandkids, that's his grandson, is sitting at the table, and he has long hair. And it's braided. And it's some parts that needs a haircut. And my uncle goes into a story of where he went to go pick up one of my cousins, one of his nieces, for a basketball game. And the boys, her brothers, wanted to go. But he was like, everybody was going to get a haircut before they went to the game. And trust me, I get it. I know about aesthetics. When you go out, you want kids to look nice. I totally get that. Because I'm like that. But he was like, everybody's getting a haircut, and the father didn't agree. So he was like, nobody could go, and neither could the niece that wanted to go, just because they couldn't get a haircut. Punishing others for something that somebody else did. That's something that comes up in generational shit. If you have not noticed. So that is his stance. So yeah, my grandson's sitting at the table, and I know he's hearing this. He's 9, so he's aware. And one of my grandsons anyway. And I know he's aware. So I, just say something likely, but it's the parents' prerogative, basically. That's what I'm saying. You can't do X, Y, and Z. And he goes into a whole spiel, and we get into a whole blowout match. So then this nigga calls me a bitch. In front of his mama, my aunt, my grandkids. He called me a bitch. And I replied, you a bitch ass nigga. I did. I sure did. Like, who are you to call me? Because I'm standing up for my grandkids. Because if the parents don't want the haircut, then we not cutting hair. Unless they want it in a certain way. Because I've actually done that before. My oldest grandson, I cut all his hair off because he was living with me at the time, and he was crying when I used to do his hair. So I took him to get a haircut. His mom and his dad was mad at me as hell, and I get it, because that's still their child, even though I had him at the time. That's still their child. But you're saying these things in front of my grandson and talking about kids being confused. That's the thing that got me. You're talking about that's why kids confused now, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh no, not in front of my grandkids. So he said that in front of my grandkids, and then I probably further traumatized my grandkids with cussing them out, because we cussing at each other, fussing at each other. My grandma trying to shut us up, and I'm just like, no, you let him come in here and say whatever he wants to anyone. Because majority of the women in our family do not have husbands, because of how my grandmother is. She wrote her last husband off, and that was it. Nobody needs a man, and that's how it's been. I don't think that way. I'm just putting it out there. I don't think that way, but that's how she puts it out there. Oh, you don't need a man. You don't need no. She's speaking for her. She's speaking for me. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. I'm just putting it out there, but. I'm like, you allow him to come in here and disrespect your grandkids, your kids, you, even though not so much you, but your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids. You allow him to come in here and do this just because he does X, Y, and Z financially for you. But that's not right. And so, yeah, he went in on me. But guess what? I went in on him. I mean, it went so far as to say, well, you only here because you didn't have nowhere to go. Which, when I told y'all I lost my apartment, it was set up that way for me to come back here and take care of my mom. Because had I had my own place, I would have had to have a regular job. And I wouldn't have been over here to help out with her. Which, that's the reason I'm here. And now my grandkids and my daughter are here. So, this is what generational curses and shit look like. in families. And I'm sorry, I'm cussing a lot because I do cuss a lot, and I'm a little tipsy because I'm a little pissed off. So he came in, my grandkids downstairs. They eventually did go upstairs. My daughter actually had to come downstairs and kind of calm me down so I could shut the fuck up, because I'm like, no, not on my watch. You keep doing this. I've had to defend other people's kids because over this man, because my grandmother allows him to degrade women and say whatever he wants to them. And it's allowed. And she does it because he's paying like nobody else is paying. So she allows it. That was her time, you know. Happy birthday, Grandma. You turned 89 today. I wanted to be good for you, you know. I cooked, even though I was cooking for the house, but, you know, I still cook. It's your birthday. But you allow your son to come in here and say whatever he wants, and nobody sticks up to him. Everybody just, and I used to be one of those that did this, but not anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. You can't just come in here and say whatever you want to say to anybody. And I don't care who house it is. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I got to say. But it's like, if I had a motherfucking husband, you would not be talking to me in this manner. This nigga done called me a whole bitch. I got your bitch. Nigga, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? I got your bitch. Yeah, take your bitch ass out this house. How about that? And it's been allowed to happen so much. I'm getting like visions of when he cussed my cousin out. It was on a Thanksgiving, and I actually had company over at the house, and they had to witness that dumbass shit. Like, what is wrong where he is continuously allowed to do this to the family? But this is the stuff I'm talking about when we have misogynistic men, because he is a cheater who makes money. He's a cheater who makes money and has other habits. But because he makes money, we brush it under the table. That's bullshit. And I'm over it. I know I cannot change the way they think, but I'm hoping I can change the way the future generation comes up, and even some that are the same age as me or a little bit younger than me, that I can help you to understand that that shit is not right. Just because somebody has the money and they're doing X, Y, and Z, just because they making 6 figures, nobody gives a fuck. How is your morals compass? How is your soul? How's your heart? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Where you feel it's okay to talk any kind of way in front of anybody just because you make money. Fuck you and your money. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. And I know my purpose here. I know why I'm here. And this is just another thing. When I did a message earlier about temper your temper. And another message about sometimes we human and we go there. So guess what? The temper was tempered because I wasn't exactly mad, but I was speaking my truth. And I was speaking the peace that I needed to speak. Because I'm like, no, you can't just come up here and say everything. So his friend that came over, is a family friend. She couldn't control him, so she tried to control me. I'm like, honey, we cut from the same cloth. We cut from the same cloth. And like I told my grandmother, I said, you know your brother, God rest his soul. I said, do you not know? We all got the same genes. Okay? We all do. So you need to either learn how to control your son. Talk to him maybe in a loving manner. It may not be able because I know what you got up in you. So you got that little demon controlling you. So I'm just saying. Yeah, I seen it. And you and your son is in for a rude awakening. You and your son in the coming days, in the near future. I wasn't gonna say in the near future, but maybe it'll be in the near future. But something is coming because you continue to allow him to do this in y'all house. Yeah, that part. So, whew, I actually feel a little bit better. I got that out. I needed to vent to somebody. And if I put this up, YouTube is probably going to take it down because I'm just cussing a lot. So maybe I'll just put it unlisted. So I can just send it to whoever I want to. So they can so they can see it. Because, yeah, I'm a little pissed off. Because this shit is continuously being allowed to happen. Shit, I shouldn't have. So, that is all I have for this. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to love. Trying to send y'all loving and healing too. But sometimes the humans make it hard. And I'll be like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. So yeah, that's it.